I feel like he's trying really hard to fit in. Havlic's gonna get himself in trouble, isn't he? What up, Coalition? Welcome back to another reaction of The Expanse. We got episode 3 this time. Last episode was actually new faces. Welcome to the channel. If you're new or just coming over from Vox Machina, drop a comment down below. Introduce yourself. Let me know any knowledge you may have on this series or why it's your favorite. I know I compare it to Game of Thrones a lot, but let me know your thoughts between the two. And some of you guys, I don't think you like the comparison between the two, but I always hear the comparison. That's why I always ask you guys. So I'll stop that. Just let me know why it's your favorite show or what rating you give it. So let's continue. Coming off a really good episode. Some of you guys keep telling me or mentioning that this series starts off kind of slow. I've been pretty invested in it, and I guess I just don't know what's to come. So my mind's gonna be blown. Other than all this science shit that's going on in the show, but regardless, we're still learning a lot. I'm still learning characters' names, backstory, plot line, and all that. But as far as what we do know, the Martians came on board the ship. They took them prisoners at the end of last episode. So to be honest, everything that we saw in last episode or regarding the ship, the crew, has me a little bit worried that they've been through a lot. It's only been 2 episodes and they've been through a lot, and it's already starting to wear on them emotionally and physically, to be honest, with the oxygen being depleted in the ship last episode. But I'm starting to get a little scared. I already noticed the tension between Amos and Jim and Naomi. A lot of that stems from the passing of Auday, and they hold something against her. It seems like a little bit. So I'm curious to how. I just I hope they don't start turning on each other this early on. And specifically, I'm worried about Alex a little bit. They keep showing that little boot pin on his hat. They keep showing his family. I'm starting to think we might lose him. He was throwing up and going crazy last episode, and even more so, Shed. I asked if the space craziness is something I have to worry about with him going through all this trauma. I just hope he doesn't do something stupid early in this episode to get himself shot by these Martians. And actually, I don't know why. Initially, all the time, I guess it's just common for people to say Martian, and you automatically think like alien green being. But in this sense of the show, this is more realistic. I'm expecting them to just be pretty much human, but I'm wondering with like the Belters and the Earth each have their distinctive look to so you kind of know the difference between the two. I'm wondering what people of Mars look like. Maybe they'll just all have really dark tans. We'll see. We'll see. But let's get into some of these comments from episode 2. I think there was a bunch of them. I know some of them I've responded to already. When it comes to information you had to give me on the show. But I want to get into a few. I don't want to make this intro too long. So we'll see how many we get into. But first we got Ponyboy Curtis starting it off. You said Christian Ava Sarala is the UN lady. And the guy she was torturing was a Belter, yes, who was born and lived in space, not used to get Earth's gravity, which was being used against him as torture. Yep, I got that. Once they put him in the tank, I just didn't pick up on it right away, but I'm just assumed, along with your clarification, that, like you said, he's not used to the gravity, and the water tank was just to alleviate some of that pain, because she wasn't technically supposed to be torturing him. So thank you for that, for clearing that up, Ponyboy. Jordan Peterson, welcome. You said pulling in the critters and the screaming firehawks. I like that. Nice. So are you a critter, or are you just familiar with both groups? Any questions you may have will probably be answered later in the show, I figured. But that just will probably lead to at least 2 or 5 more questions. This show is great for that. I'm looking forward to it. If you've already seen my Vox Machina Arcane or any show I've reacted to, I'm always asking questions. So if the show raises 2 or 5 more questions, I'm gonna ask 10 more. That's just been the way it's been going lately. So we got Truth Machine. I always look at you guys' profile pics so I could remember you guys. Is that you? It looks like you're doing like a concert or a show, or is that someone you're a fan of? Let's see what you said. Neck tattoos are a sign of the Belters. Okay. I did ask that last episode because I noticed the OPA guy in the torture tank, or not the torture tank, but the water tank. And then Naomi, I think, was the other one that had him too. And then we had the guy in the elevator with the, matter of fact, the guy in the elevator, he had a tattoo on the chest, just said OPA. And then I didn't notice neck tattoos, but he also said his boss has one just like it. So I'm wondering exactly who his boss may be, and I'm wondering if the difference of tattoo on the neck compared to the chest signifies some type of rank within the OPA. Just a question. But you said the old air helmets they used made scars. Yeah, scars on the neck of older belters. Now the new generation get tattoos as a part of the heritage. Okay, so that clears up the neck tattoos. My question, I think, still stands as far as whether there's a difference between the two different tattoos. So you can clear that up for me if you know Truth Machine, if it's not a spoiler. Pony Boy, you got another one. You said the Expanse, Game of Thrones, and Lost are all on the same level except the last season of You Ain't Lying. That wasn't the author's fault. The show producers messed up his version. Martin hadn't finished it. Yeah, I know that. I think the producers, I don't know if they were just tired of making the whole thing. I know they jumped to Star Wars right after Game of Thrones. So they were kind of in a rush, and I think Star Wars was like their passion project. So I don't know if that played into it. That's some things I've heard, if that's like fact or not. But yeah, we just not we not going to talk about Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is so damn good, but I can't even go back and watch it because I don't enjoy that last season so much. Ponyboy Curtis, again, you said the tattoos on the neck of the belter mean he's OPA. Got it. Outer Planetary Alliance. I'm gonna try to remember that. Let's pin yours just so I can. Thank you for that, Ponyboy. Let's see, Jordan Peterson again. You said, by the way, if you're looking for another great sci-fi series and you haven't seen it yet, I'm new here. Welcome over from Vox Machina. I appreciate you guys. I love seeing you guys bounce from video to video and having the same type of enjoyment and interaction, not only with me but with the people in the comment section, because I see you guys are replying to each other too. So I like that. We all part of this Bobby Chill family. Vin Diesel voice. But let's continue with your comment. You said definitely check out Firefly. Us brown coats are always looking to spread the good word of the hero of Canton. Ooh, we got a Canton here in Ohio, but I have heard great things about Firefly. Let me know. I don't know. I feel like I've heard about a reboot or a remake. Let me know if I could be completely off, but if there is a reboot, let me know. I'm assuming you're talking about the OG. I should go back and watch. That'll be something down the line because we got a lot we're catching up on now. We got new shows, old shows. We got 6 seasons of this. I definitely want to finish. So, yeah, that'll be down the line. But let me know whether you're talking about the OG or a reboot. BCPR, you said thankfully. Unlike Game of Thrones, there aren't any bad seasons. The first season of the show is its weakest, and it's still great. And that's a testament to just these first 2 episodes. I know it's been throwing a lot at me, but I like this type of stuff that initializes and introduces this much world building this early on. And I feel like if you have this much to start off with and to throw at me, it's only going to grow from here. So I'm sure it'll become a point maybe at the end of this season where since I have the base knowledge of everything going on, it'll be easier to intake everything else. But thus far, it's been great. Just 2 episodes in. So I'm really enjoying it. Ponyboy again, you got a couple here. Let's see. We'll try to read these if they're not too long. Okay, cool. You said the Belters are the workers doing the heavy lifting for Earth and Mars and get treated like lesser people by Earthers and Martians. Hence, kind of like that the guy who was talking to the crowd of people in the first episode. I think I mentioned like a riot, but he was just like protesting and preaching to the people as far as them taking their power back. They don't have Mars capability. Mars is okay, so Mars is like the military powerhouse, and I take it Earth is like the trade planet, or that's what they specialize in. They're like the broker for everything. It seems like, if I'm, let me know if I'm reading that correctly. Power and has the stealth tech. OPA represents the Belters and tries to get them better treatment. Some OPA members do it peacefully, some protest, and some use more violent methods. Thus, the belief they are terrorists to Belters. Earth and Mars are the real terrorists. Got it. Okay, so I do like that dynamic. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. I'm sure this will play out as well, but that brings to question whether how radical are the two sides, the ones who practice violence or aren't opposed to violence. I wonder if they still agree with some of the nonviolent protesters' methods, or do they fight with each other as well in trying to get on the same page as far as getting rights back and equal treatment to Mars and Earth. We'll have to see how that plays out and keep a close eye on that. Pony Boy, you said again, I love all this knowledge. Man, you've been active, and I think I see you in here another time too. So let's continue to read all these. You said all day. Aude said there's something you should know in the first episode as they got nuked. It was a callback to her words in the first episode and brought Holden back to reality from his daydream where Alex told him to brace for impact. Yep, I got that. I'm still wondering exactly what he said or what she had to tell him. I don't. I really have no clue. We barely got to see her. I know they had their little relationship on and off. So I love you. I don't pregnant. I don't know. Pony Boy Curtis. Amos is going to be hard for. Yes, he's already hard for me. I can't read him at all. For you to read, he's not cut and dry. One type of person. He just says things in a matter of fact way. He really has a unique way of viewing life. Okay, so and I'm assuming since Naomi is OPA, she has the tattoos. I'm thinking Amos is the same. I don't think I've noticed his tattoos yet. So they've been ride or die for a minute, and I'm looking forward to getting more into his character. And he might end up being one of my favorites since you said he's got depth to him. I'm excited to see how his character plays out. Jordan Peterson, you said gravity on ships comes from the thrust of the engines. I think you're probably talking about, let's see, gravity on the liquid I was asking about. Stations comes from spinning like a centrifuge. That's why the liquid curved out of the bottle into the glass. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. I think initially I said, what did I say? I thought it was because the ship was on the tilt, but someone in episode 1 actually told me about how gravity works on the ship. So it's not due to it being on the tilt. It's due to the gravity stipulations and the speed of the ship. So let's continue. Cactus Guy is Havlik, Miller's partner. Got it. Yes, I was asking for his name. And he's from Earth, I'm pretty sure. He's not naturally a Belter. If I'm correct on that, I think one of you told me. Ponyboy Curtis, you said, not sure you noticed in the first episode where also they have the tech to replace the guy's arm and grow. Oh, okay. So I did notice that they had the tech to replace it. I didn't realize that it would grow back as well. So that's just, we are pretty far in the future. So I guess I should have expected that. But we haven't seen from him. Well, he's dead now, right? He was on the Cant still, so grow it back and lost it. Can they grow back his whole life? Too soon. Back, he lost it when the ice broke and separated from his arm. Got it. Channel not available. I know you're from Vox. Welcome over, my guy. You said, so the water they use to irrigate plants is called gray water. It's a terminology for wastewater that doesn't contain sewage in water, like dishes, showering, and other things. This is an in real life thing. commonly referred to in RVs, motorhomes. It's not safe drinking water and would need treating. So supplying it to plants that in turn scrub CO2 from the air is a positive waste management process instead of wasting more resources trying to get that water back to drinking standards. Got it. And reducing the needed resources to scrub CO2 from the air as well. Okay, perfect. Like I said, I appreciate you guys clearing things up like that for me. Hope this helps with, absolutely does, connecting the dots of why it's important, but also why it wasn't important enough to jail the kid. Yes, that does explain it for me a little bit, because initially I thought Miller, him letting the kid go, I thought that stemmed more from his kind of emotional connection, because we've already had instances where he's been referred to as like a thief or a criminal or something by some of these higher ups. Specifically the guy that gave Havlik the cactus. And I thought him letting the kid go was just kind of because he relates to him. We don't know his full, or I don't know his full background yet, but I'm assuming he comes from this life of being impoverished a little bit, and he kind of felt sorry because he knows that these kids are growing up in rough situations. So I'm sure that plays into it a little bit too, but your comment definitely cleared it up a little bit. Also, during a raid, you always try to destroy the evidence. Facts. Okay. Razor G, you're from, I think I've seen you before too. Yo, I'm also coming over. Yep. And this series is a great adaptation of one of my favorite book series. The Big Empty is one of the least exciting episodes in the series. Yeah, that's crazy to me that already this can be classified as one of the least exciting, but I had a good time with last episode. It had me on especially at the end, it had me on the edge of my seat. So it's all gas from here. I like to hear that. I will mention that the whole dynamic between Earth, Mars, and the OPA is a very interesting focus of the show. The OPA refers to both the natives of outer space and freedom fighting groups that entirely justifiably have issue with how Earth and Mars exploit them. I wonder if it's equal between how much I know that they get all these resources and kind of supply them to both. I wonder if Earth has or exploits them, takes advantage of them a little bit more than Mars, or if it's equal advantage taking of. Another thing about the future depicted in this show, it's the wide use of drugs. In one of the books, they describe how they are drugs for everything. Sleepy, get a stimulant. Cancer, get this patch. Spend too much time on space. Use a bone density drug to prevent bone loss. The juice is just okay. I like that. Even more world building. I love. Tell me. I know you said it's one of the best adaptations you've read and watched. Tell me how close to the books it is, and if you have enjoyment of either one a little bit more. I always enjoy shows. I enjoy reading too, but I do enjoy the shows a little bit more because I'm more of a visual person. So seeing things come to life on screen, I enjoy a little bit more. Let me know how you feel about the show compared to the book. Did I like your comment? I sure did. Joey Laliberte, you said at the end of episode 1, when she said there's something you should know, is meant for you to know and guess what she was going to say. Oh, is this something that's going to be left up in the air? Is something that's even going to be answered? I guess since she's gone, it may not be possible that she can answer it. So I guess it is just going to be left in the air. In the books, she didn't say anything either. Many think that she was going to say she was pregnant, but it is in universe canon in which accidental pregnancies are highly uncommon due to the birth control measures taken when working long haul spacefaring jobs. So that is most okay. So yeah, so I guess this is just like you said, something left up to the imagination, which is a little stressful, and it's stressful for me. So I can only imagine the type of effect this is gonna have on Holden. I said I was worried about Shed and his sanity. But I hope he's the main character, so I don't think we'll lose him. But he might do something drastic. I hope not. We'll see. Thank you, Joey. Alex Hodges, you said yes, pay attention to the names, labels, etc. because they help the story. For example, you noticing the tattoos on Naomi. Most of your questions will be answered, but like others have said, those answers will raise more questions. It's one of the things I personally enjoy about it because it makes new shows unpredictable. Yeah, I love it. Early on in the show, already seeing things. I'm glad that you told me to kind of pay attention to things. Maybe not as much as I have been in the background, but focus on the plot line a little bit more. But I love anything that adds depth to the storyline and makes you invest a little bit more. I love stuff like that. So this show is off to a great start. Bill Mack, I've seen you before. Welcome over, my guy. You said, yes, this series is in no rush to explain everything. It's got 6 seasons, and I think each one is 10, if I'm not mistaken. Just go along for the ride and find out as things are revealed. I'm looking forward to it. And if I'm not mistaken, one of you said that this was on the Sci-Fi Channel the first 3 seasons. So I know we got a ways to go, but I'm kind of looking forward to those future seasons too. I'm sure I know these first few, because we're already off to a good start, but these first few episodes are going to be great. But I'm assuming when Amazon purchased the rights, that the budget had a big jump. So I'm excited to see if there's much of a difference between seasons as far as how it looks or what they were able to do with the show, or even just cast members that I'm familiar with, adding on people as they go. So Jeffrey Moy, welcome back. It's been a minute since I've read one of your comments. You said you don't have to read all the comments. Especially mine. I'm gonna read it anyway, my guy. We already doing it, especially mine, because I will go on. Keep going on. You're one of the people that recommended the show, so right away I'll read it if I get to it. A little more story and some character stuff that I didn't care for the first time around, but keep going. In Julie's place, the hamster is robotic and probably programmed to just run. Okay, so it's not like a camera or anything, like I was thinking. The neck tattoos are explained later, but I already got a little bit of that explanation in one of the comments. Maybe a little bit of a spoiler, but nothing too big. So you said the neck tattoos are explained later, but a lot of belters tat themselves up to varying degrees. Yes, that was fungus. Okay. He said, I guess it's just like a mushroom, but he a little weird dude, I guess. That's probably a food staple in the belt, so if you can grab a snack while working. Holden's message was just a general one, probably sent out on all frequencies. I wouldn't think about any of the branding. Yeah, I was confused of who he was sending that out to at first, but it looks like he was just transmitting it, kind of like a live broadcast, and just hoping that someone would see it. It just so happens that the Martians were closest, so they saw it first. Probably sent out the frequencies. I wouldn't think about any of the branding. Oh, okay. So you take that a little bit different. You said what you see on the suits are usually just the ship they work on or the company they work for. It's not like Firefly, Purr, and Clean is who the Canterbury was working for. Okay, yeah. Purr doesn't ring a bell. Clean, I remember it on the suit. Thank you for that, Jeffrey. Let's keep going. Adam, we'll read a couple more. You said Amos and Naomi go way back. Amos is essentially a sociopath. He has no issues doing much of anything violent, but if he considers you family, will do anything. Or he will move planets to help you and back you up. Holden hasn't earned that status, so he doesn't respect him. I'm hoping he does, or at least sometime soon. Dan Bad, you said the universe is richly textured, so I would definitely pay attention. So all you guys read this a little bit different. I'm going to pay attention to him, but I'll try not to go off on my tangents too crazy when it comes to the brands. Labels and names of ships for the world building experience alone. But there might also be a few little narrative threads you can connect for character driven plot elements. There's some mythological and sociological symbolism in the show that can add idealistic, poetic, and emotional weight to the competing trajectories of those involved. Also, many computer display screens have enjoyable details and Easter eggs that are just fun. Loving your reactions. This is going to be an epic ride. It's already starting off great. We'll stop there as far as the comments because I want to get into this reaction, but thank you all. We'll read more in episode 4. So let's get into this reaction. Episode 3, what's the name of this one? Remember the Cant. So we're gonna have another flashback of all day. Let's see, let's get into it. Episode 3, baby. Is this the transmission? Ooh. Okay, so all the series are seeing this now. This isn't the live feed though, is it? This is after they've already been captured that people are seeing this. It looks like the news is broadcasting it. What's the chip on his ear? I wonder if it works as like a kind of like a walkie-talkie, or if it's a tracking chip, or maybe because he's from Earth, they don't trust him, so all Earthlings get that. I don't know. You guys know I reach when it comes to these theories. Is this that same prostitute that we saw him with, or go up to her room?
Stay calm.
Stay calm.
She's tutoring him on ways to be more Belter-like.
Stay calm. Unse kolting gut.
No. Stay calm. Unte kolting gonya gut.
Is this a real language or just made up for the show? It reminds me a little bit of German, to be honest.
Hey, why don't you stay off the streets today, okay? It could get dangerous out there.
Maybe you too.
I gotta remember some of the slang you guys used. I think Yawala. Y'all said something like that in the comment section. I gotta remember those.
Is the safe and peaceful operation of this station. Star Helix will maintain order.
OPA Roundup. Fine by me.
Did he smell perfume? Did he know he went to the whorehouse?
These are your sector assignments, your team leaders. You bust any heads and I'll bust yours. Dismissed.
Damn. I didn't even mention Julie. We got, as far as him investigating last episode, we got a good amount. Him finding the scapulae, and going into her apartment a little bit more. Yeah, scapulae.
Yeah, got it.
Muss is your team leader, Miller. I don't want to hear it.
What's up with all the decorations in her office?
You know, the OPA's probably heard that I'm looking for one of their own by now, if we just let it go.
Just file the report. Close the case. Enjoy your tax-free bonus.
Damn. Doniger. Is that the name of the ship? What was the name of one of you probably commented down below, but what was the name of the ship they were riding on, the small one that broke off from the Canterbury or the Cant? And I was already wrong. I don't see nobody tan. Except for Naomi, but
If we're prisoners, we have the right to legal counsel.
damn.
Hey, come on,
Hey, Amos. I know he's a firecracker and he's ride or die for Naomi, but it's the wrong place and time to be doing stuff like that. He don't want no smoke.
Easy, fellas.
I'm pretty sure his name is Alex, right? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?
With those resources, Mars could finally cut the cord to Earth.
If you want a war with Mars, this will get you one. But it's my soldiers that will end up dying for it.
I don't know why, but this guy sitting at the table, I forget his name. He doesn't look like an Earther to me. I wonder if he's from somewhere else. And one of you guys told me that the Belter that killed himself on the ship last episode was headed to the moon or Luna. You said not Mars like I initially thought.
$50 says I can beat you to the end of the concourse. Frank.
He just called her Bubbles. That used to be one of my nicknames growing up. Not something I'm proud of, but hey.
That's why I'm inviting you. Arjun is making plan.
In 40 years, you've never taken a no from me. So why should today be any different?
If it makes you feel better, you're the best at rolling over. See you later.
Why does it feel like she's sucking up to him? Oh, yeah, she being fake. She just trying to get something out of him.
We have a comedy night at the Laugh Shack once a week, and I'd love to prove you wrong. Can I put your name on the list tonight?
I can't do it tonight, but I'd really like to check it out. How about next week?
I feel like he's trying really hard to fit in, and Miller knows he's more used to, like, swindlers. Havlic's going to get himself in trouble, isn't he?
They blew up the Canterbury. Remember the Cant, remember
All right.
the Cant.
All right, that's enough free speech for today. Break it up. You're good, man. You're going. Come on.
Okay, that's some cool tech. That's the first. I noticed it around his neck, but I didn't know it was like magnifying his voice.
I'm looking forward to it.
Come on, let's go.
And is that an OPA tattoo on his cheekbone?
They gotta tread carefully.
You're gonna try to frame us.
You frame him for the
All
can?
they need is one false
Getting blown
confession.
up?
And I wonder who'll crack first.
Nice.
Shut up.
Huh.
You're listening.
Shed? That's what I'm worried about. He seems pretty emotionally unstable. What's the acronym? MCRN? Did it say? Is this like some high-tech lie detector thing?
Why would you destroy the Canterbury? What? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I think he's detecting
What
whether
did you
he's
do
lying
with
or not.
Alex? You were a problem in the Navy. 8 years ago, aboard the UNN Jing Fei, you assaulted a superior officer. Not technically.
It sounds like, so him and Amos sound like they might be a little bit similar.
Did Naomi Nagata effectuate those repairs?
Yeah, she's the one who fixed it. He had a part of it out there with Amos, but
Naomi's not OPA. I don't believe you.
oh, so he's not aware of the tattoo symbols or what they mean. How long was he on the Canterbury? Because he's from Earth too, right?
I'm not looking for a fashion debate, Copain.
Got no coping here, cop.
I'm looking for Anderson Dawes.
Copain, what does that mean?
Kind of runs things around here, right? You might know about that.
I don't suss or nothing.
I don't suss
Sus.
that OPA tat on your forearm there either. Is that just part of your...
Okay, yeah, that is an LPA symbol. I think that's the same one that was on his cheekbone.
We think they're making a move to take serious. The Secretary General is going to present the evidence tomorrow. Stealth ships are first strike weapons.
That's just not possible.
We'll have to redeploy our fleet to show strength. And that will make a bad situation worse.
The Martians wouldn't do that.
She's just trying to play him. Or maybe there are some Martians who are working with the OPA, but I'm sure it goes both ways. There might be some Earthers that are working with the OPA too. So
Scratching your junk.
Yeah, I get jock itch too sometimes. Pretty bad, actually. What I recommend to my patients is Uvasol. It's an antifungal cream.
they got like this good cop, bad cop routine down pat. They already know she's OPA. Are they just gonna question her, or they're gonna torture her or something? What the hell? Why is he in their uniform? He's not originally from Mars, is he?
I flew with the Mars Navy for 20 years before I shipped off on the Cant.
Why did they accept him back so quickly, though?
Whoa there, Chief. Settle down. They let me clean up out of respect.
Respect.
Yeah, you see, I served.
And they gave you new
And I was
clothes.
honorably discharged. There's a hell of a lot more than I can say about you, cowboy.
Damn.
That beacon we found that you found so easy, what if it was planted? What if it was meant to be found? Planted? By whom? Who
Earth.
stands to gain?
Ooh,
Who
so
stands
Earth.
to gain if Earth and Mars get into a throwdown?
So they can get all the resources from the belt. I don't know. See how it plays out.
Oh man, gotta die sometime.
Yep, he's OP.
Give the Martians their water.
Ooh, I know him. Where's he from?
No.
I know the actor, I mean. I'm trying to think what he's from.
To be angry.
Shit, what is he from?
You should be angry.
They've got a lot of big faces and names in this show, especially for a show that started out on sci-fi.
I'm Anderson Dawes. You wanted to talk?
Edison or Anderson?
I'm just curious to know what your rate is.
Trying to buy him
In
off.
case I need you to suit up for a different side.
What side would that be?
An Earth Corp may pay your salary, but you were born here.
Random, but this room reminds me of a map in Call of Duty. I wonder if they stole any inspiration or copied it.
You didn't know her.
Nah, but you did.
I'll ask around for you. See if anybody know anything. And thank you for preventing bloodshed earlier.
He's just playing the game.
Series will need men like you.
Okay, so that water poured straight down. Oh, whatever it was, it don't look like it was safe to drink.
You use us belters as slaves.
How is the ice on Phoebe?
How would I know? Phoebe's a research station off limits to belters.
Belters aren't supposed to be in Phoebe.
What we all... I don't believe in causes, and I will not be your scapegoat.
I have a feeling it's not gonna work. Or she's gonna be able to beat it somehow.
Hands where I can see them, please.
What was that? Is that like a belter middle
Why did you
finger?
leave the camp? Who registered the call? Someone who survived? The brute?
Oh, he's
The
trying
pilot?
to turn him on
No.
snitch.
Was it you? Was it you? Hands where I can see them. Not you. It was Holden.
Damn. Yeah, her blinks
You
told.
registered the...
I don't know.
The hell is this? You join up?
Wait, what? That's an option?
See, I don't know if I could trust Shed. He would be quick to turn.
Are you OPA?
Unbelievable. I'm coming from you.
Just answer the question, darling.
I'm not your darling, and you're obviously one of them.
All right, let's just settle
You didn't
down.
answer my
Nope,
question.
they're
We put
turning
all
on
our
each
cards on the
other.
He says.
So what was my big plan, huh? To sit on a shit bucket like the camp for 5 years while all of this got set up?
Sleeper agents. You ever heard of them?
Well, screw you!
Ow, this is raising a lot of tension. It's good. It's good. It's bad, but it's good.
I'm ready to talk.
Let him go.
Amos, you were gonna get shot down. You were acting wild this episode. I guess the last couple episodes, but
The spike in chatter was panic. They were calling to see if anything was missing. And since they had to ask, it means that they didn't give it to anyone. Which means that
okay.
Morse isn't working with the OPA or trying to take control of Sirius.
okay, so she was just fishing for information.
They didn't destroy the Canterbury.
Then who did?
Someone was trying to start a war.
Could it be? It could be OPA. They from the people we've seen in the organization already. They're both sneaky and smart, and I feel like they could. They're the lowest on the totem pole, so I feel like they would have the most to gain if there was a war between Mars and Earth.
Kind of lie.
Without her, I'd be dead.
She saved her own life, too.
True.
Bring up the bogey.
Yes, sir.
I don't feel like it. I definitely don't think it's anybody on this ship, because majority of them didn't even want to leave the Canterbury in the first place. I'm pretty sure all of them wanted to stay on, except for Holden.
Show me incidents reports for the docs. Juliet, Andromeda, Mal.
I love that tech. Who the hell is that?
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Hold it right there.
Dude looked like Stifler from American Pie.
Yeah.
Hey, Miller, you need to get your ass back down to the
Uh-oh.
now. We got problems.
Same dude. Oh no, these are those guys who are beating up that one worker.
For your own safety, by order of the governor, there is now a curfew in the Medina. Please return to your
It ain't gonna help adding more restrictions to the people.
Go home!
Damn.
Kids in there.
Damn, look, there's kids around here. Some of them aren't even phased. They're just used to this at this point. That's kind of messed up.
At least you had the respect to stab me in the chest.
They sell it at the shop on 25th and 8th.
Oh, thanks. You gave me some wastewater wine.
We had a garden, and we paved it.
They couldn't do any of that without the knowledge of centuries from Earth. Earth must come first.
Everybody thinks that way. Mars thinks Mars must come first. The belt is the only one that seems selfless in all this.
Craig called the realtor about selling our house.
Wait,
For a while anyway.
was that his husband that they were having dinner with?
Can drink it.
I was terrified. I didn't know why. And now I do. You will do anything to win, just like your father. That's what got him killed.
Ooh,
I won't play with you ever again.
okay. So she's not completely heartless. She did actually have some type of feeling for him. It's just her competitiveness and her want for power. Like he said, she's willing to do anything, no matter who it hurts other than herself. So I already knew he had to watch out for her, but I don't know what lengths she'll go to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, PA.
Stay calm, okay?
Damn, they saw right through it. Damn. Miller warned him not to go off by himself. What?
Remember the Cant.
Oh my God. Oh, no, that's how you end the episode? What? I don't... that seemed pretty definite as far as him being dead, but I know they got these these medicines and ability to sew arms back on and regrow them. I don't know if that's fixable. I'm gonna watch these credits and then we'll come back for the post-episode discussion. Okay, so that was, I'll be honest, that was kind of a tame episode, but it was really politically dense. If that's the right way of explaining it, but I don't know. We got a lot in this episode. So we started and ended with Havelock. We had him going into, and I asked during this episode if him talking to these people and trying to connect, and when that Mormon was asking him to do something for him, whether him trying to connect with them so much would get him in trouble. He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't even know if he got to help Gia, but he got at the end of this one, and I'm assuming we won't lose him this early. I know shows like this are quick to shock and get rid of plot armor quick. So I'm thinking that they'll be able to save him or bring him back. I don't know though. He could be gone for good. We'll have to see in this next episode. But Christian, we got more with her character. So she's intriguing to me because I didn't pick up on it initially, but it seems like she was just playing the fence. She played I'm blanking on his name, Franklin or DeGraff. Old friend of hers. She was told not to deploy the fleet by the naval captain. I forget his name, in Navadir, something like. I'll have to go back to one of these scenes to double check on their names, but they told her not that they shouldn't deploy the fleet. They were just going to hold off and wait. She tried to feed knowledge to false knowledge to DeGraff. And he went to Mars to ask questions to see if they were behind this, if I'm reading that correctly, and they weren't. And he ended up getting disbanded. Craig, his husband, or a significant other, left him. And he's on the outs now with everybody, and she just took major advantage of him. So, and it goes back to the story that he told as well, as them playing cards and her saying first one to the tree wins the race or whatever. She'll do whatever she needs to do to win. And that's already come through. She's not scared to straddle the fence between what's right and wrong, hence torturing that one belter. And then being forced to put him back in the tank. This situation where she's screwed over Franklin. He's in a bad place. I don't know what's going to happen with him. He could come back to bite her in some way. Or he just might disappear into nowhere. She cried a little bit, signifying that she cared for him somewhat, but at the same time she got information that was important to her, and that seems to be what the bottom line is. So she's out for her power and the betterment of Earth, and to kind of keep them in power. That's her main goal, and nothing's gonna get in between her and that goal. So let's cycle through this timeline. So I don't know what happened to Gia. We got a little bit with Havlik. I thought he was just having like a romantic relationship, or just FWB relationship with the prostitute. But it seems like she was tutoring him in some way, so he would be more comfortable and be able to relate to the Belters more, since he's not accepted as a Eartha. I think that's how they pronounce it, but that was intriguing to see. I have no clue what's going to happen with him. We had the captain of the series force or security force telling Miller to kind of shelf this case with Julie, which I know he's not going to do. We saw him further in the investigation more later in the episode, but it sounded like because they finally realized that Julie is not on series, I don't know if she was just telling him to stop researching it because it's no longer in their jurisdiction, or if they're just taking more concern with what's happened with Holden and the Belters being imprisoned by Mars. So there's that. Alex putting on. So when they initially at the end of the, or not the end of the episode, in the scene where they were going through the lineup, and he was like touching their neck and reading the pad. I wasn't sure what that, I thought it was maybe reading oxygen levels or seeing if they were sick in some way. Apparently it just like, oh, maybe that's what that chip behind the ear is. It gives like a total rundown of their background. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I'm assuming when he touched his neck and looked at his pad and gave him that look in return, he just realized that he was a former member of the MCRN, I think it's called. So I think that's what it is. I have no clue what his role is going to be. It seems like this was an episode full of finger pointing. We got the whole group, Holden, Alex, Shed, Amos, Naomi pointing the finger at one another. They each got interrogated individually. Not everybody turned, but I'm wondering if Naomi turned when they cut from her scene in the interrogation and told or admitted that Holden was the one that registered the call. We'll have to find out on that. One thing is, so Naomi has the tattoos to signify OPA, but she also said, "You think I'm OPA" when she was being interrogated. So I'm wondering if she kind of distinguished herself or separated herself from the group, or if she's just straight up lying. Because we know the captain of this military base, this ship that they're on now, said that there's another ship headed in their direction, like full speed ahead. It's not anyone from Mars, Earth. So they think it's OPA coming to save her. I don't think that's the case. I'll have to get more information on her background. Obviously, she's pretty smart. She's got a lot of background and intelligence. So they're questioning why she would be on this ship if she wasn't up to something fishy, I guess. So we got that. We had him interrogate Holden, which was a weird scene. I didn't completely get he said he had like five mothers, three fathers, five mothers, something like that. So I'll need more explanation on that. I don't know if that's typical or if he was just like adopted or passed around. Maybe he was in group homes growing up. I don't know what that's about. So he has naval experience in his background, which got him a little bit of a pass when Christian, what's the other twos, Souther and Salvador were talking to each other. Salvador stepped up and defended him a little bit because of that former naval experience. But Souther was on the other end of the spectrum because he said he was kind of like dishonorably discharged. So it's hard to see who's on whose side right now, how they're going to interact when they get together. I don't even know. Once they break free or they're released by the MCRN, where they'll go back to. Will Earth take custody of them, or will they just go back to the belt to work? I guess that's just something we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. We've got Uprise in the belt still, of course. They're getting more and more aggressive, it seems like, especially this guy that we saw in the first episode. The group is growing. They're trying to disband so it doesn't get too crazy, but it's just getting out of control. So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be able to stop it, but we'll see. Apparently this Anderson guy, he's like the dark horse, and I can't remember what I've seen him in, but I know he plays that kind of backstabbing behind the scenes role in a lot of his roles, where he's just somebody you can't trust and he has his own motives. So that's giving me kind of the thought that he could possibly be behind something, and the fact that he was hinting at paying off Miller to kind of join up with the people of the belt and kind of ditch Earth, mainly because he's from there. He was kind of trying to sweet talk him a little bit, and I don't know where that's gonna go. Miller is from the belt, but at the same time, he knows that they're not perfect, I feel like. And whether he gets paid by Earth or not, he's going to do the best thing for everybody overall. He wants things to improve for the belt. And I think he realizes that he has to work with Earth and maybe even Mars to get to a better point for all these people. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. We just got to watch on Anderson. And I'm pretty sure that's his name. I think I said Erickson during the reaction, but let's see. We had Christian still screwing people over. Naomi, the dark horse is Alex. He just seems too comfortable to me in this Mars getup, and he switched so fast. I don't know what he's gonna do. And actually going back to Anderson, Miller said that a lot of the crewmates from the Scopuli with Julie came from this base here where he met Anderson. So I don't know if somebody's going to still be here, if they're going to have answers regarding whether, not that they'll give them to him. He's going to try and get them by force, but I don't know exactly what's going to come of that. And the technology, I just call it technology. I don't know exactly what you call it, the drug. I'm assuming that was just like a lie detector test. The way his pupils were dilating and he was kind of reading how they would answer, the blinks. And when Naomi blinked at the end of the scene, I feel like that's what possibly gave away the fact that Holden was the one who registered the call. I don't know if I'm right in assuming that, but that's what it seemed like. What else did we have? We had a little interaction with when Miller was watching the recordings from that hall. He saw Naomi get assaulted, defend herself. So she didn't get along with everybody in this area. So she possibly could have had enemies. So I think he's just hitting all the boxes or checking all the boxes just to see exactly what he has to look out for and what possibly happens. So I don't know. There's a lot left up in the air that's going to play out and we're going to see over the course of this season. I feel like it's not all going to be resolved, but going into next episode, I'm just curious. There's a lot to be curious about, but Havlik, I feel like he has to be live. I don't think he's gonna die this earlier, but I'm ready to get into this next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this one, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to the coalition. I appreciate you guys. I guess I'll see you guys back here for episode 4. Deuces.